A very warm welcome to one and all. It's an absolute pleasure to have you tuning in on this very lovely Thursday evening. I'm your host, Karshlan Kaunda, and today we are going to go on a journey to have a better understanding of the self by looking deeper at acceptance and ways and methods that we can employ to help us cope better in our daily lives. They say that the first step to experiencing inner freedom is acceptance. And we say this is coming to reality. To talk to us today, we have a very insightful, to have us talk today, we are honored to have all the way from Switzerland, Mathias Steffen. Mathias, I would like to give an introduction of him. It's a very beautiful introduction. I kind of wish I had somebody like this as a person in my life when I was in school. What I'm trying to say is Mathias is a headmaster and a stress and resilience coach, which I'm absolutely sure the educators and students at his school greatly appreciate. Mathias coordinates the activities at the Brahma Kumaris Center in Zurich and is part of the national coordinators team in Switzerland. So without any further ado, I'd like to give you Mathias Stefanos.
Thank you so much, Kashlin, for this lovely introduction, and welcome everyone. Glad you accepted this invitation to think about acceptance. And as Kashlin already said, it's an important topic towards inner freedom, inner peace. And I thought we should have an evening now together, or 1 hour, and that at least would bring a little bit of a change inside. So not that you're only here to listen to ideas and listen to someone's thoughts, but to make already this first step of bringing about the change. So the title is How to Accept the Unacceptable. And I think, I remember once someone told me, I am always relaxed in my life. And I was very surprised that he would say that. How can someone say that he's always relaxed? And then he said, because of only one thing, I immediately accept everything that comes along my way. So in my working day, something changes, I accept and I move forward. Something happens, I accept and I move forward. And I think we all know very much the difference, how it feels like when we do accept something and how it feels like when we don't accept. So when we don't accept something in front of us, then it's really a struggle all the way through. And actually first I was going to say, when we don't accept small things, it's a small struggle. If you don't accept big things, big challenges, it's a big struggle. But after reflecting on it, I thought, no, it's actually not true. Sometimes only something very small comes along our way. And if we don't accept it, it keeps growing. And we could say we make a big fuss out of it, but we feel greatly disturbed inside, even though it's actually something small. But still, we find it sometimes a struggle. How can we accept? How can we accept that which we think is actually unacceptable? So there must be a strategy for that. So I hope I can present to you a few thoughts, strategies, how you can improve your acceptance. And how would a life look like when we would accept? You move through life and things are happening, sometimes the way you want, sometimes not the way you want. but you just keep accepting. You accept, move forward, accept, move forward. So you're in a constant flow, actually. And you feel that there is some healthy dynamic in your life. Maybe even a sense of growth, moving forward. But what happens the moment we don't accept? We get stuck. Maybe not in all areas of life, of course not. But for example, with one person, maybe something happened, I cannot accept that. And if I hold on to that, if I don't accept it, then this relationship gets stuck. So the whole world is moving forward. But me and myself, the other person in this relationship, we don't move forward. And I feel when we don't accept something, it's like a rubber band that is constantly stretched. So we constantly need to hold on to against some kind of pull inside. And the moment we accept, we feel, okay. Now I feel more free. I can think new thoughts. I can think of new possibilities. I know that sounds very good, sounds very easy, but still the question remains, how can I accept? So first, normally I don't ask that, but tonight I dare to ask, if you don't mind, you just open your camera and then we will have more the feeling of going through this process together tonight, only if you feel like. Of course, if you're having your dinner or if you're ironing your clothes, you don't need to open your camera. But if you're anyway in front of the computer, why not? So you can reflect together. I would like to do it a little bit interactive. So great, thank you. 4 faces I can already see, wonderful. Good.
Sorry, you can't hear me. Yeah, it's lovely. I feel so good. I feel positive. Just listening to you, looking at you and listening to you.
Very good.
Vibrations. It's lovely, beautiful.
I feel also happy to see all of you.
Oh, so
it's so nice.
We need it. We need
I thought at the beginning, it's such a long distance from Switzerland to South Africa, and yet we are in the same time zone.
Yeah, in London. I'm in London, UK.
Okay, good.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, brother. You carry on. Yeah.
I would like to invite everyone, just reflect a moment. Think of a situation where you could accept something. It could be something that happened today. It could be something that happened years ago. But you feel, actually, yes, it was a challenge, but yes, I accepted it. Reflect of what situations come to your mind and feel, how does it feel like inside now that you accepted that? So let's do that just for 1 minute. So I don't know how you would describe this feeling. For me, I just realized that there is quite a big distance between myself and that what I have accepted. It's like something that's really has become the past. It doesn't challenge me anymore. It's not threatening me anymore. It's like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm at peace with this. You felt the same?
Yes,
it feels
brother. Yes, I did. Thank you.
good, nice. So it feels good. And actually, how do we do that? When we think, we sometimes forget that we all, every single one of us, carry the power of acceptance within us. So we have the power to accept. And we have examples in our lives where we did it and we feel now the impact. But then sometimes we say, oh no, I can't accept this. And the moment I say, I can't accept this, it's actually a decision. Do you get that? So you go along with something and then you feel, no, now this is getting too much. I can't accept. This can be the heat outside, other weather conditions. It can be the behavior of one person. Maybe I tolerated it well for months and maybe years. But then the thought, the mere thought comes, now it's too much. I can't accept it anymore. So I have taken the decision, and then the struggle starts. So the question is, how can we unblock this power of acceptance inside? We have it, but we need to release this energy. So I come again to the same point, actually. What is a strategy? And afterwards, I would like to take you through a short presentation, and we will look at strategies, how you can accept. Now, I would like to ask you to think of situations, or maybe only one, where you feel, yes, I have not accepted this yet. I have not accepted it. Think of a situation. Or maybe you would feel that you have accepted it to a certain extent. 50% I have accepted it. 50% is still left. I'm still struggling with that. So, and I would like now to open a whiteboard. So you should see that on your screen. Probably those who are listening to us on their mobile, they might not be able to write. But the others, I would like to invite you to write. It is anonymous, I think. What is it that you cannot accept? Try to write that only in 2-3 words. Maybe the behavior of someone or this and this situation, so that we just get an idea of what are the different things in life that we struggle with when it comes to acceptance. So on the whiteboard, you see on the left-hand side a T. You can click on this T for text, and then you can write. For example, difficult relationship. Someone writes also in the chat, that's also very good. So thanks so much. Someone says procrastination. So what else? Let us get 3, 4, 5, 6 examples of what we find difficult to accept in our lives. Who would like to write something? You can also write in the chat, that's also fine. You know, I'm saying this because when you now detect for yourself, this is it, this is something I have not yet accepted. If you find that out for yourself now, then the rest of the evening of the talk, you will listen with this awareness. You're actually looking for a solution to your issue. Someone writes people's behavior, yes. Someone that damaged me and I don't completely forgive, okay. These are very practical life issues. Thanks so much. Someone asked, you mean accepting about someone else? Yes, it can be the behavior of someone. It can be a personality trait of someone. It can be a personality trait of myself. It can be a relationship, yes, that broke. Someone wrote that. Thanks for this honesty. It can be a situation. It can be financial situation. It can be climate. Someone writes, yes, moving on from a relationship of abuse. Poverty. Okay, good. Thanks so much. Racism, of course, yes. A friend who is not interested in me. Okay, thanks so much. So I feel now, whatever you're going to talk about now, it's on a completely different ground now, because these are real life issues. How can I accept racism? How can I accept poverty? How can I accept the personality of someone? How can I accept the past? So what I would like to do now is just close your eyes for a moment. And what you just mentioned, what you find difficult to accept. Inside, just create a distance between you and this situation, so it doesn't stick to you. If you want, you can even use your arms and do it with a movement. You push the situation away. Just make yourself free from that. So you can breathe freely. I know it's not solved yet. I know it's not accepted yet. But let's get distance. Let's keep it there for a moment. Just keep it there. Okay, thank you. So I would like to take you through a short presentation. And now you are thinking of an issue where you would like to improve your acceptance. And let's see and hope that you find some hints how you can move forward in that. Is that okay? Are you all with me? Do you have a question so far? Or are you ready for the next step? Okay, I see thumbs up. Thank you. Good, ready. How to accept the unacceptable. I was actually looking up what where does this word come from? Accept. It comes from Latin, and I find it quite interesting. Acceptare means to receive, to take in. And I find that quite meaningful. So whatever the issue is, I take that in, I accept it, I kind of make it part of my life, of my life's reality, which does not mean that I have to like it, that I have to love it. But even something that is not so benevolent on the first sight, accept means kind of to take that into my reality. Because if I try to keep that out of my reality, but it's actually not, there is this constant fight inside. So I found it interesting, this translation, to receive, to take in, to grasp, to take. So sometimes we have a rosy picture of life. Of course, it's very beautiful when situations come along like gifts, very sweet, and we just can accept it. We just embrace it. And then we don't even have to think, oh, I have to accept, but we are widely open to accept this gift, right? Sometimes we can choose. So it's like someone who is adopting a dog. He can say, or she can say, yes, this one, no, this one not, yes, this one I take in consideration. So sometimes situations are like this. We can choose, right? But sometimes the dog just comes along the way it is. And maybe the dog doesn't quite look like what I thought it would. But life comes and says, hello, this is your dog. Welcome it. It's part of your life now. And guess what? Some that actually manage to open their hearts and to embrace, and whatever the dog looks like, we could say whatever the situation looks like, can accept it and can live with it. Do you get me? So even though something doesn't come along in a nice way, how come that some people can live with it well and I can't? So probably I would also have this capacity inside to live well with it. I'll just give you an example. A friend of mine, she lives in a different country. Actually, I can say in what country. It was Vietnam. And we had a discussion how we would find it difficult when people lie, when they don't say the truth. And it was so nice to hear. She said, oh, I learned to live very well with people lying at me. Because she understood that she lives in a country where it can be very difficult to say the truth. So people face a situation, they have to choose. Either I tell the truth and I might get in troubles, or I tweak the truth a little bit. I adjust the truth a little bit. So she said, I learned to live well with people lying at me. So this is just an example. Things that we think, oh no, that's too much. It's actually, we can. So I think in all life situations, we could make 3 parts of that, of all the situations. One part is where I have to say, I have to accept it, because I cannot change it. It's exactly the way it is. There's no way I can change it. I have to live with it. I have to accept it. And then another part is, I may have to accept this, but I still have a chance to influence, to change the situation. You see, here I have a chance to change the situation, and then it's easy to accept. And here, no chance to accept, to change. And then there's also situations where I think we have to say, no, I should not accept that. I must not accept that. So we would like to look at these 3 situations. And I think this part where we can say, no, I should not accept that. I mustn't accept this. This part is actually rather small. And so for this, where you cannot change anything, but you just have to accept, I would like to suggest you 3 strategies how you manage. And for this, I would like to explain briefly that this is about taking responsibility. And for this part, where I must not accept something, it takes gentle leadership. So first about this. Now, maybe you are, let's say, the head of a department, or maybe the boss of an enterprise or whatever. You have to make sure that the work is delivered in a certain standard, and then there's things happening that you feel, no, this is not what we have to deliver. This is not what our company, for example, stands for. So of course you can then not just go along and say, okay, it's fine, I accept it. And then you must stick to the principles. But then there's no reason to become hard about that. Leadership can be very gentle. Can you do it in a way, can you communicate in such a way that actually the other person does not feel rejected, does not feel hurt, or does not feel belittled? So this is really an art that we can learn. But what I want to say, in everyone's life, there's a situation where you have to say, no, I mustn't accept that. For example, a mother, a father, the behavior of a child, for example. We cannot accept everything, but then gentle leadership. This, of course, would be a topic on its own. So I like this picture. No, she leads the horse, but she has actually fun doing it. She likes the horse. The horse may have to learn a lot, and maybe she's demanding. She's leading, but she's gentle. She's joyful. The second part is about this. I may have to accept something because it's not in my control. But still, I can take influence. In many relationships, we cannot really control what others are doing, but we can influence. Or the situation, for example, at work. Maybe it's not in my control, but I can influence. But if I want to take influence, I have to take full responsibility. For example, let's say I cannot accept my work situation. Okay, I can influence it. If I feel I can't work in this field for another 10 years, but then I have to take full responsibility and develop myself in another direction. Maybe I have to do a formation. Or if a relationship is difficult, let me not wait for the other one to change, but take responsibility and send out signals. Hey, I can also see the good in you. I would like to have a relaxed relationship. So stop waiting, become active, take on responsibility. And then we can influence. It might change, it may not change. So that's also a beautiful picture. See what the horse is doing in front of the little girl. The horse doesn't have to do it. How would this little girl force the horse to do it? She can't. The horse is so powerful and double as high as the little girl, but she has invested in this relationship. She has invested in training. So she has taken hugely influence. And then the outcome is that the situation, the relationship, bows down in front of her. So with taking responsibility, we can actually change a lot. But we cannot change everything. And so now we are here. So is everybody with me? Do you have any questions? Anyway, we will have time for questions and answers at the end. Shall I move forward with the third part? So I hope you have in front of you your situation now that you find, oh gosh, how can I accept this? It's so difficult. So let's see what we can do. I hope I can present you 3 possibilities how you can train yourself to accept something that you feel it's unacceptable. So 3 strategies. This is me, this is you, and this is the obstacle. What you are keeping in your mind now can be a relationship. That's what we heard before, you know, financial situation, racism, someone's behavior, some event in the past. See, this stone is the obstacle. One strategy is like this. Now, what is this? Actually, this is an internal process. You grow inside and make yourself stronger and stronger and stronger. You know, when we feel, for example, when we feel happy, we feel nothing can kind of break us. We feel that power inside. So happiness is a great source of resilience, a great source for the power of acceptance to flourish in my life. But this is actually something that I can do inside. And we would like to try that out right now. It's an exercise. We can do that for about, let's say, 3-4 minutes. And you get an idea. And you then see for yourself if this works for you or if it doesn't. Okay? So You can close your eyes or you can keep the eyes open as you wish. And in some distance, you see your issue that you find difficult to accept. You find your challenge, but it is in a distance. It's not sticking to you. It's not threatening you. It is in a distance. And now, inside, feel how your mind and your body and your capacity and your soul, how everything is stretching, stretching, stretching into the unlimited. Feel how your self-worth is growing. Feel how your inner power is growing. And tell yourself, I have the power to accept everything. I'm such a powerful soul. Nothing is bigger than me. No challenge is too big. Like inside your inner picture, keep yourself large and big, huge. Feel body, mind, soul. Everything is stretching into the unlimited. I am such a worthy and powerful soul. Why should I bow down to any challenge? I stay in my dignity, in my internal strength. Keep growing. Thank you. You can come back. With this method, we are actually correcting an inner picture. Because it can happen when we feel challenged by someone, by something, that we feel very small. And when you look inside, the picture is actually such. For example, in front of an angry person, when you check the internal picture, you feel this person is very big and you yourself are very small. And that's completely wrong. The angry person is actually in a state of, in a powerless state. The soul doesn't have strength of peace, right? That's why he's angry. That's why he needs shouting. That's why he needs to put others down. So reduce inside his or her size and you yourself become bigger. So of course, it would not fix in one go, but it can change a lot in one go. And if you keep doing that in 1 week, I believe you can change a lot. You can really boost your power of acceptance. So that was the first strategy. And what would be the second strategy? Strategy. Difficult word. So not so difficult to guess. It would be this one. The second strategy is to make the issue small. Because by thinking about it, we keep giving life to it. We keep infusing power and strength into it. And now we stop doing that. So let's again do this short exercise. It would take us again like 3-4 minutes. Okay. Close your eyes. In some distance, see your challenge as it is. As it is. It might be relationship. It might be financial state. It might be anything in your life. See it in a distance. And now talk to yourself. This is nothing. This is nothing. This is past. I move on. This is like a pebble only, a small stone. That's really nothing. Keep shrinking it. Shrink the size. Shrink the power. Shrink the strength of this situation. Feel it's like a balloon that is becoming more and more flat. A tiger that turns out to be a paper tiger only. This is nothing. I have the power to accept it. It's becoming like a little mouse. Okay, come with me. No problem. Stay with me if you want. You can leave if you want. It's a little mouse. It has no power over me. Okay, thank you. You can come back. Did it work a bit for you? That was the second strategy. Actually, what are we doing? What are we doing? We are using the power of thoughts and the power of visualization to change our inner attitude. And then it's the inner attitude that makes the whole difference. So that's also something you can do for a week, and it'll bring a change. So someone writes, very helpful, thank you. Yes, you have to see what works for you. Not everyone needs the same method. Maybe the third method is better for you, which would be, again, same situation, third method. Oh, what is that? This situation actually has nothing to do with me. And it's very interesting. you would find that actually many things immediately stop bothering you the moment you stop thinking about it. Not all, because some things have some practical issues in my life, but many things, they just become inexistent almost the moment you start thinking about it. There's a wall between me and this. For example, this is in the past. The past doesn't exist anymore. So we call that detachment. So let's see how we could foster this feeling of detachment. Like 2 minutes. So close your eyes. And feel yourself surrounded by a bubble of light. And inside this bubble, there's a very gentle energy of love and security. In this bubble, you feel totally safe and totally powerful. In this bubble, you are just yourself. You are real. You are what you are in your full dignity. And all life situations are outside of this bubble, in a distance. Not even the vibrations of the situations can penetrate this bubble. I feel completely secure. I feel so good in this bubble of light. And I feel that this bubble is filled with divine light, with God's divine light. I feel surrounded by that. The soul feels healthy, strong, and loved. And no situation, no relationship can come close to me. I feel a divine protection. Thank you so much. So this is what we have been looking at. How to accept the unacceptable, like this. Break through the barrier, reach out, bring your goodness forward. There's always something good to put forward. reach out with your goodness to the goodness of others' hearts. And then many things will happen. So I stop here.
Thank you so much, Stefan. It was absolutely beautiful and very insightful. You said in the very beginning of your talk, you always a relaxed person, and I guess that's the state that we all aspire to be like, And now you've given us the strategies and methods to reach that stage of relaxation, in order for us to accept situations in life. I guess it's a bit of being relaxed. You become resilient to a lot of.
Yeah, it's so. I don't know whether my connection.
Brother Kushlin's, but we can't hear too well.
Yes, I think your connection is a little bit low.
Yeah, I might be. Can you hear me now?
Now it's better, yes.
It's much better now. Okay. I hope you
Now it's breaking. Maybe Kashlin, maybe you have to stop. Maybe you have to stop your video, then we can hear you probably.
Okay. Is it much better now?
Yes.
Okay. If there's any questions that we have for our beautiful brother here, it's very special to have him. And I don't know if we have him for much longer. So let's try and pick his mind while we've got him around. If you've got any questions we'd like to pose in the chat. It's very special to have you all the way from Switzerland.
Yeah, actually the story I was sharing in the beginning about always being relaxed. It was actually the story about a friend of mine. It was not even me. Okay. So if there's no question, that's also fine. Anyway.
Anybody?
Thanks everyone for being with us.
Yeah. I would like to thank you again, Stefan. It was very insightful, and I hope we see you in the future very, very soon. I think you have a lot to offer to the world, and yes, I hope we see you very soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much for the opportunity, and everybody for listening, and all the best. Hope to see you again.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Om
Thank
Shanti.
you.
Bye-bye.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Om Shanti.
Thank you very much. Have a blessed week. God bless. Bye.
Thank you, Brother Mathias. It was
Thank
lovely.
you, Aruna.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
If you could see what I see, you'd lose your breath for sure. You are the perfect replications and the ones that I adore. I carved you from a diamond and polished you with love. Then I sent you out beyond the veil so you might choose the love. Sweet creations, your beauty makes me weak. Oh, my sweet creations, the whole world's at your feet. And one day soon you'll see it. If you could see what I see, you'd never lose your smile. For you walk in thy own footsteps when you walk that second mile. These are more than words, my love. This is poetry divine. My signature is everywhere, for all of life is mine. One day you'll see what I see, and you'll come to realize that every tear you ever cried I wiped from my own eyes. I know your every feeling, and I felt your every joy. But you and I are one, my child, still illusion was the choice. If you could see what I see, you'd lose your breath for sure. You are the perfect replications. You're the ones that I adore.